Hi, well, it's the 19th of August 2025. So I'm looking at the new moon. Before I do that, in the last 24 hours, I've been sending out lots of newsletters containing lots of interesting stuff. So if you haven't got one yet, probably because you're on a Gmail account, let me know by email, steve@stevejudd.co, and I'll send one out to you. Also, I've been sending out lots of information about the online teaching that I'm going to be doing, the Zoom course teaching that starts in 3 weeks' time. There's a number of you who have signed up for it so far. There's plenty of room left. So if you want to be part of a 5 to 6 month long Zoom beginner's guide to astrology, 5 modules each of 6 weeks. Module 1, the signs and the houses. Module 2, the planets. Module 3, the aspects. Module 4, intermediate. That's things like astrocartography, asteroids, astrological health, midpoints, void moon, nodes. Module 5, transits and progressions of Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, and all the minors. So if you want to break down on all this, just email me, steve@stevejudd.co, for either the newsletter and or the information on the Zoom teaching class. Okay, enough. Now it's new moon, or it will be new moon at just after 7 a.m. UK time this coming Saturday, the 23rd of August. This new moon is going to be at 0 degrees of Virgo. Now, just as an interesting little footnote, between about 5:30 a.m. and 7:45 a.m. UK time, in the UK only, will be a 2.25 hour window where, for the only time this year, we'll have the sun conjunct the moon and with the ascendant also all together in Virgo. The sun and moon won't be conjunct the ascendant all the time, but to have all three of them in Virgo, it's once in a year for 2 hours. At the moment of new moon, anyway. So, what does it mean to have the new moon at 0 degrees of Virgo? It's nice if you happen to be born at the start of Virgo. Yes, great. It's the aspects that count. And one of the things I'll be emphasizing on the teaching course is the fact that how planets are energies. The signs that they're in show how the energy manifests in you. The aspects show how, the houses show how that energy manifests in the eyes of the outside world. But the aspects show the actual dynamics of behaviour. I often practice my astrology by doing readings, not for clients, but for students and friends, with their knowledge and permission, by doing readings for them without using the signs or the houses of the zodiac, just using the aspects. I find it incredibly helpful. So to me, the aspects of a chart are the core factor. And when I look at the aspects of this new moon, there is a pretty much exact, less than 1 degree square from a new moon, from a sun and moon to Uranus at the start of Gemini. There is also pretty much an exact in conjunction from a sun and moon to Saturn at 0 degrees of Aries, and a very strong in conjunction from the sun and the moon to Neptune at 1 degree of Aries. There's also a weak in conjunction from the sun and moon to Pluto, which is currently at 2 degrees, it'd be 1 degree of Aquarius. So the new moon is in difficult aspect to Saturn, Uranus, Neptune and Pluto. Now, all of these big four, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune and Pluto, they're part of this grand movement of planets that have been changing from feminine signs to masculine signs over the course of the last year and through until the big moment of February of next year. It's a time overall of the biggest period of compressed and concentrated change in human history from an astrological perspective. But this new moon, in difficult aspect to all of the outer planets, suggests that the ongoing dynamics in the world of conflict, warfare, violence and aggression, really sorry to say this, are set to continue. The inconjunction from the Sun and the Moon to Neptune suggests that not all that has been presented is as it seems, that there is distortion of information. I'm being very polite here. I could say downright lies. I'm saying distortion and misrepresentation. The inconjunction of the Sun and the Moon to Pluto suggests that there is an element of coercive and subversive behaviour here. Manipulative, underhand, behind the scenes. The inconjunction, the pretty much exact inconjunction, from the Sun and Moon to Saturn suggests that the conflicts with authority figures, daddy, God, employer, president, dictator. Again, not all is as it seems. Words are easy, actions are not. Definitely a case for saying, don't tell me what you're going to do, tell me when you've done it. And then there's the square to Uranus. Moon and Sun square Uranus. Sudden, direct, incisive action in a way that's unpredictable, out of the blue. Now, the thing is, Uranus tends to work most of the time pretty much close to the mark. So I suggest that sometime between Thursday night and Sunday night, we're going to see probably some quite disruptive, sudden, incisive actions that are going to be a bit of a game changer. I find it difficult to believe any of the politicians and I can't wait until we get into late September, post the eclipse of the 21st, when it does seem that things have calmed down then for at least a couple of months. Meantime, let's get through this new moon, and then the full moon in Pisces, and then the big eclipse of the Sun, the partial eclipse of the Sun on the 21st of September. Tell you what though, folks, it's better than being boring. Yeah, lots of people are dying, there's crises and trauma, and I really don't want to be flippant. But I realise how lucky I am to live in my country. I get so angry when I see people in my country who are so disappointed and disillusioned with the current government or with the way this country is. They have no idea how fortunate they are to be living in such a country as I am at this time, compared to the rest of the world. Some people just don't know they're alive. Anyway, on that note, before I start ranting, I'll catch you later, world. Hello, world. Catch you later, world. Be careful. Friday, Saturday, around the new moon. Bye now.